Hello, my name is Carlos, and this is probably going to be the very first cringy narration for this video. And already starting off, we already have my camera in portrait mode because I forgot that I'm not live streaming, but instead recording. And yeah, I messed up. Right here, I am painting a canvas, and I am painting a succulent that I have in my room, and the title of the canvas is Saturday Morning. God, why do I keep messing up? I'm just gonna leave it in there. But anyways, I am starting off with a base layer of yellow so that I can cover up the white canvas because I do not want any white showing through because I did that last time on some other canvases and no, it just looked terrible. And so you see me right here using some charcoal to outline some objects that are behind the succulent. And pretty soon I'm going to get out my tablet and start drawing crosshairs of the succulent right here. And now we have a landscape. That's good. So right here I'm just getting some crosshairs onto the succulent so I can get some proportions right. And I'm starting to sketch. And it's very hard to sketch with charcoal standing up, so I sat down, but I got too intense and started listening to Hamilton.
John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51. How do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you fight like you're running out of time. Like you're running out of time. Like you're running out of time. How do you write like tomorrow on a ride? How do you write like you need it to survive? How do you write every second you're alive? Every second you're alive. Every second you're alive. They're asking me to leave. I'm doing the best.
God, I am such trash. But anyways, yeah, I'm just sketching away the succulent, making sure I don't rub my hand over the charcoal because I did that once and it was hard to remove with the needed eraser. I'm just going to tell you, and especially because of the bounciness of the canvas, it's just hard. I recommend just getting some MDF board and painting on that because it's solid and it has weight, not unlike this canvas. And so I go ahead and start painting the background of the succulent with some grayish bluish whites. I don't know the name of the color specifically, but I'm just gonna call it that because I'm unprofessional. So I'm just painting away, going back and forth, making sure that I get some texture up on this thing. And why am I using slang? And so for the texture, add more whites, because texture's everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this is for an art competition for the Kiwanis Club thing in Tifton. Oh no, I just gave out my address. Okay, never mind. Anyways, this is art competition comp comp competition. Dang, I have a list in our town, and so I'm entering the second. And right here, to add more texture, I tore up a book that taught you how to read the Bible, but in Spanish. So I just tore that up and used that as the soil texture for the succulent painting. And I don't understand why I did this, but it took so long. It took 2 days to do this because one, I had to cut out the pieces with my hands because if you cut them with scissors, it gives you a hard edge. I did not want that. I wanted a nice organic edge. So I had to meticulously tear each piece of the book carefully so that they matched up with the outline of the painting. And I just used some matte Mod Podge to stick them down. And yeah, I don't know I don't know what to talk about, but yeah. Wait, did I even use English right there? Talk about. I do not know what to talk about. Okay. And so, yeah, keep working on this thing. More gluing, more tearing. You know, as soon as I entered this thing, there was no frame for it, even though on what is it called? Our requirement sheet, it asked us to have it framed, but I'm not really sure because I turned it in without a frame and they were okay with it. I swear, if they mess it up, I'm going to beat them up because I took so long and so many hours. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. Now I'm painting over the soil textured part with a brown, and to make it somewhat semi-translucent, I use some water to water it down so that some of the text can be seen from the painting. Even though later on, like the bottom half, you can see the text, but the upper half where it's behind the succulent, it's going to be really dark. So I kind of wasted some time doing that, but you know what? It just happened. I don't care. As long as I got it done, I got it done. Speaking of which, I did not see myself painting the upper half of that canvas, which is kind of worrying because I don't know if I filmed it or not. It's probably when my camera like stopped recording because I accidentally had it in the phone storage and not the SD card. But anyways, okay, this part I fucked up. I fucked up hard because I originally wanted this is a piece of perforated ribbon for like arts and crafts, and I was gonna use that to paint to give like more of a polka dot texture to the background. It did not work because the paint went up under the ribbon and it just made it like just ugly. It made it like sickly terrible, like, terrible. And so I just like, you know what? I'm gonna paint over it and then try to fix it later. So I just painted the whole thing gray and then just added some white texturing by making long white streaks, and that's it. It fixed it. It fixed it. Even though it's not perfect, it got it done. And right here, I started painting over um, I started painting over the lines where the succulent plant is. And I kind of did this terribly because I drew too hard with the charcoal, and some of the charcoal lifted and started blending with the white paint. And it was kind of a hassle, but I just needed a white layer so I can paint over it. Like, okay, I just skipped over 2 layers because I think that's when the phone stopped recording. But anyways, those 2 petals of the succulents, I took so long painting those petals. It took me 30 minutes to paint each one because I was using gloss paint. And if you don't know, gloss paint, it dries slowly. I thought it'd be quick. No, it's not. And so I accidentally put my hand over one of the petals to only find out it's still wet. And I'm like, how am I going to manage? And so what I did is I just flipped the painting around so I can work on both sides of the painting. But as soon as I get farther back, where the petals are like on top of each other, it was kind of hard because the petals would touch each other, and when I was doing the strokes, they would blend, and I did not want that to happen. I wanted in the photo, each petal was separated by either a dark shadow or a highlight, and every time I tried to put a highlight on one of the petals, it would blend out. And no, I needed a hard edge. I did not want this light feathery edge that blended into the next petal. So I had to wait a long time for those petals to dry. And you see me right here adding some blue because on the actual succulent, they produce a white powdery substance. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but they just do. And it's very beautiful, like how they produce so many colors, and this is one of the colors that they produced, which is this bluish white powder on the succulent. And so I just added some ultramarine, or real blue as they call it in the apple barrel acrylics. And so you just see me like waiting for the petals to dry because I'm really lazy and I didn't want to start on the next one, so I just, I mixed up some terracotta-ish colored paint, but I realized too soon that this color was way too orange to begin with. And so I just left to wait for it to dry because I needed to wash my brushes. And then I think this is the part where I go over it again with the same color but just in a lighter tint. God, I don't know why that came out so red orange, but I had to like fix it, and I think this is the final fix of that color. Okay, now I switched angles, and this is probably gonna be the last clip because I just cannot record on this phone because it only let me record in 40-minute segments. It's fine because 40 minutes is a long time, but still, it's a phone. What can you do with it? It's perfect as it is. And so I painted the majority of the petals, but as soon as I get farther up, I stopped recording because it got really late. Because this is probably gonna. I was recording probably at 7 o'clock in the evening. This was due the next day, on that day, and so I was like, you know, I need to hurry up because if I don't enter it in the art competition, I can be like, I don't have that opportunity to get the scholarship because that's what the prize is. And so I'm just slaving away all day. This. How many hours was this? I get out at 4 from school.